Ready to go deeper into the Warhammer 40K universe.
Always.
Today we're looking at Horus Rising by Dan Abnett,
The book that kicks off the Horus Heresy.
which is,
It's a galaxy-spanning civil war.
yeah, a civil war
Yeah.
that changes everything.
Yeah, and it makes your average galactic conflict look like, a little tiny squabble.
Yeah.
Tiny.
And this is the Imperium of Man we're talking about. This isn't some, ragtag group
No.
ruled by an emperor
The Emperor.
with legions of
Genetically engineered.
genetically engineered space marines. I mean, come on.
The peak of humanity.
And they turn on each other.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we're gonna be diving into today, is how that happens.
That's what this whole deep dive is about.
And it all begins on a planet designated by the Imperium as 6319. Okay.
But its inhabitants, they have another name for it.
Oh, what's that?
They call it Terra.
Hold on. Another Terra.
Another Terra.
Now that's asking for trouble.
It's an interesting little echo,
Mm.
and it really sets up this fascinating clash of ideologies.
Okay.
Because you have this rediscovered human civilization.
Okay.
They don't even know about the Imperium.
Right.
Then, on the other hand, you've got the Imperium, this huge galactic power that believes everyone should be under the rule of the Emperor.
So even if these people have built their own society, their own culture,
Doesn't matter.
the Imperium just comes in?
Yeah, reunification at any cost.
No.
And to make that first contact with this planet, they send Hastur Sejanus, who is a captain in the Space Marines,
Okay.
but he's known as a diplomat. So they're sending in someone who's supposed to be good at talking things out.
Exactly.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, he gets to the planet, and he is, he and his entire squad are murdered in the planet's Emperor's Palace.
Emperor's Palace.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the Emperor's elite guard, which are called the Invisibles.
So wait, assassinated in cold blood
Yeah, basically.
after sending a diplomat?
That's right.
I don't know what this is. This seems like a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah, it's not a good look
Yeah.
for the Imperium.
Not a good look for the Imperium, no.
And for the Luna Wolves, who are the Space Marine Legion that Sejanus was a part of, it's a huge blow.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't just a strategic loss. This
Yeah.
was personal.
This was family.
Right.
Sejanus was raised alongside Horus, who is the Primarch of the Luna Wolves.
Oh, wait, their leader.
Yeah, and so, they're bound by genetic loyalty as well as just respect.
Right, so imagine the rage
Oh, yeah.
after this.
They're furious.
The grief.
They want revenge. They
Yeah.
want to burn the place to the ground.
So they're going to war.
Oh, yeah, they're going to burn the place to the ground. They're going to kill this false emperor
Right,
and his forces. They're going to, make them pay.
right.
But they don't realize that they're being led into a trap.
A trap. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is getting good. Who set this trap?
Well, that is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
But before we get to that, let's shift gears a little bit to Garviel Loken,
Okay.
who is a captain in the Luna Wolves' 10th Company.
Okay, so Loken's our guy on the inside here.
Well, he's going to be important. We see a lot of this invasion through his eyes.
Okay.
Abnett does a great job of putting you right there with him
Okay.
as they're fighting their way into the planet's capital.
Oh, wow.
This place called the High City.
Okay, so we're getting right into the action here.
Oh, yeah, you were in the thick of it.
Warhammer 40K style.
Warhammer 40K style. Brutal, bloody, and a lot of chainswords.
Nice. So in the middle of all this fighting, Loken meets someone.
He does.
Okay, who is it?
He meets a remembrancer.
A remembrancer.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Remind me what a remembrancer is again.
So a remembrancer is basically an artist historian
Okay.
who is embedded with the Space Marines, and it's their job to make sure that all the great deeds of the Space Marines are, recorded and remembered.
Ah, okay, okay. So they're kind of like war correspondents, but fancier.
Yeah, yeah.
More pomp and circumstance.
More pressure
Okay.
to deliver a certain narrative.
Right.
And what's interesting is Loken is not thrilled to have this remembrancer around.
He doesn't trust her.
He sees her as a distraction.
Really?
Yeah, someone who doesn't belong on the battlefield.
Interesting.
So right away, you see this tension between the warriors of the Imperium and those who are supposed to document and record what they do.
I mean, I get it. You're in the middle of a war zone.
Yeah.
You don't want some,
Artist.
artist, getting in the way.
Yeah, getting in the way.
But I would think having these impartial observers around
Right.
would help
You'd think.
keep everyone honest.
You would think.
If the Imperium is all about truth and justice. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing, we'll see how that plays out.
Okay.
As Loken keeps fighting his way deeper into this palace,
Right.
and he comes face to face again with these invisibles.
Yeah, these invisibles are terrifying.
Oh, they're like ghosts.
How do you fight something you can't even see?
It messes with you.
Yeah.
Even someone as capable as Loken.
Well,
It gets to him, but he pushes through.
driven by vengeance.
Driven by vengeance, exactly.
Yeah.
And he finally reaches the pinnacle of this palace, this tower.
So he's going to come face to face with this so-called emperor.
He's going to confront this false emperor.
Okay, so what is it? Is it some terrifying warlord?
Oh,
Some, some cunning sorcerer? What is it?
you are not ready for this.
Okay.
He finds an old man,
What?
a frail, unassuming old man, who claims to be a servant of the true emperor.
Wait, hold on. So the Luna Wolves have been tricked into
They've been manipulated.
fighting a decoy.
A decoy.
Who would do that?
Well, that's what makes this moment so important.
Okay.
Because as Loken is processing this,
Right.
Horus,
Yeah.
the War Master himself,
Okay, hold on, Horus. The
Yep.
Primarch of the Luna Wolves just like teleports in.
he basically, he appears in a dazzling display of power.
Okay.
And he instantly identifies the true enemy,
Which is
not the old man,
okay.
but something else within the throne room.
What, like a demon?
Well, we don't know exactly,
Okay.
but he obliterates it
Wow.
with a single shot.
So Horus shows up, saves the day, reveals that everything they thought they knew was wrong.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
It's a lot to process,
Yeah.
and it leaves everyone reeling.
Rightfully so.
But especially the Luna Wolves, because think about it from their perspective.
Okay.
They've been completely deceived, manipulated into this conflict
Right.
that's had horrific consequences.
This has not been a bloodless coup. This has been a war.
Oh, there's been a lot of death, and for what?
Right.
And it's like, why?
Okay, so while the Luna Wolves are trying to put all this together,
Yeah.
let's go back to those remembrancers.
Okay.
Because they're watching all of this. How are they taking all of this in?
Well, their perspectives are really interesting, especially Mersadi Olatin.
Yeah, the remembrancer we met earlier.
Exactly. She's troubled
Right.
by the violence she's seen.
Oh, okay.
This unquestioning obedience of the Space Marines.
Which is interesting because you'd expect her to be
Glorifying it.
glorifying it. Yeah, that's her job.
Well, and she does, but she's also a human being
Right.
witnessing this.
Right, and she's got to be thinking about how she's going to write this.
Exactly.
How do you make sense of all of this?
And I think for her, the struggle is,
Yeah.
reconciling this idea of the Imperium, this grand vision of unity
Right.
with the brutal reality
Of how they achieve it.
of how they achieve it.
So even those who are tasked with telling the Imperium's story are starting to see the cracks a little bit.
Yeah, the seams are starting to show. And this internal conflict, this tension,
Yeah.
it becomes even more pronounced, I think, when Loken, who has now been made a member of the Mournival,
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The Mournival, that's like,
that's Horus's inner circle.
yeah, the elite of the elite.
Yeah, it is a huge honor to be inducted into the Mournival,
Absolutely.
a sign of the utmost trust, the utmost loyalty.
Okay.
But Loken, even though he's been given this incredible honor,
Yeah.
he's still wrestling with his doubts.
He's having second thoughts after all of this.
Well, think about it. He saw firsthand how they were manipulated.
Right?
He saw how much bloodshed could have been avoided. And I think he's starting to question everything he thought he knew,
Including the Imperium.
including the Imperium,
Wow, okay.
including the nature of truth itself.
So he's moving up in the ranks, but he's also kind of losing faith a little bit.
Yeah, he's questioning, and that's what makes his induction into the Mournival
Yeah.
so significant, because he's chosen, yes, because of his loyalty, his bravery,
Right.
but also I think because of this ability to think critically.
Okay. So they want him around.
They want that perspective.
But isn't that dangerous?
It could be,
Because if you're Horus,
right?
wouldn't you want people who just follow your orders, no questions asked?
Maybe.
Or
Or maybe he needs someone to offer a different point of view.
Interesting. So you're saying Loken's doubts could actually be an asset.
It could be.
Wow, that's an interesting way to look at it.
And it plays into this theme of deception.
Okay.
Hidden motives that really permeates this book.
Right.
Because on the surface, his induction is a reward.
Right.
But underneath, I think there's this this potential for conflict.
Because now he's got a direct line to Horus.
Exactly.
He can either voice these concerns
Yeah. Or be completely drawn in
Yeah.
whatever's going on.
Wow, what a position to be in.
And what's really interesting is that this Mournival induction ceremony is very ritualistic, very traditional.
Which seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
Given how much the Imperium is all about logic and reason and progress.
Exactly. And yet here you have this very ancient ceremony. Yeah.
And I think it highlights this contradiction, this tension within the Imperium itself between their supposedly rational worldview and their reliance on these ancient customs and traditions.
So even in this futuristic, technologically advanced society, they can't escape, like, superstition.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's always there, lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to have it both ways.
Right.
We embrace progress, but also tradition.
Exactly. And it's that push and pull that I think makes the Horus heresy so interesting.
Yeah.
Because it really is a clash between those two impulses, you know, our desire for order, but also our capacity for belief.
And Lonkin is caught right in the middle of it.
He's right there in the thick of it. He's in the Mournival. Yeah. He's got Horus's ear. Is he going to say something?
It's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do?
Right.
He's surrounded by these legendary warriors.
Yeah. These are his brothers.
Yeah, exactly. But he's troubled.
Yeah, he's got to be.
And he can't ignore what he saw on 6319.
He can't just forget about the fact that they were tricked into this whole thing.
Exactly.
That so many people died for it. Essentially a lie.
And I think it exposes this flaw, you know, in the Imperium itself. This belief in their own righteousness.
Right.
That they're destined to reunite the galaxy.
Right.
That sometimes they miss, they don't see the consequences.
The ends justify the means.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a dangerous way to think.
Yeah. It is a dangerous way to think. And that's what Abnett does so brilliantly in this book, is he plants these seeds of doubt.
Okay.
He shows us that even the most devout followers can be swayed when they start to question the foundations of their beliefs.
Because if you think about it, the Imperium, they're so focused on heresy, on finding it, on rooting it out.
Controlling the narrative.
They miss what's right in front of them.
Exactly. They're blind to the cracks forming within. Yeah. And that's the real tragedy of the Horus heresy.
Okay.
It's not just a civil war. It's a betrayal on a massive scale.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because these are people who love each other.
Their family.
Their family, yeah.
And it all starts to fall apart.
And it all starts with this one little lie.
One little lie.
That exposes this weakness in this seemingly invincible empire.
This idea that the Imperium is this perfect thing. It's not.
Nothing is.
No.
I mean, it makes you wonder, what else is out there?
What else don't they want us to see?
Yeah, what else are they not telling us?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to find out.
That's the Horus heresy,
As this series goes on.
And that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah.
Because we know Horus turns.
Right.
But we don't know why.
We don't know why.
That's the question.
And Abnett, even though we know, he still creates this this sense of dread.
Yeah.
This inevitability.
Why could Horus do this?
Why would he turn on the Emperor?
This is the guy he loves.
This is his father.
Yeah.
In every sense but blood. Right. And Abnett just leaves us with that question.
He does.
And that's what makes Horus Rising such a great book.
It sticks with you.
It does. It sticks with you.
You finish it, and you want to know more.
I want to know more, and luckily we have a lot more to go.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah, we're just getting started. This could be fun.
Oh, yeah.
So if you haven't already, go pick up a copy of Horus Rising by Dan Abnett.
Check it out.
It's a great read for fans of Warhammer 40K.
It's a great place to start.
And really anyone who enjoys a good
sci-fi
story about war, betrayal,
loyalty,
big questions.
Big questions about the nature of truth.
This book has it all.
It does.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.